Hello. Astrakir here. Today, I'm returning to Grimdan, but this time around, I'm doing the regular game with its expansions. It will be as I'll be making a Saboteur. Never really played with that class before, but I know it has some interesting stuff. And starting new to veteran difficulty.
We paid a heavy price, but the trap worked.
You seem surprised.
It's been a while since we've had a win. How long will it hold?
I've never entrapped a being like this. But the bonds hold, for now.
How do we dispose of it?
I'm just a witch. You're the soldier.
If it bleeds, I can kill it.
How do you kill a spirit, though?
If you kill the mortal vessel while it's bound, the spirit may perish within. If it escapes...
It's listening to us.
What are you?
Others of your kind name us Ethereal.
Why have you invaded our world?
Your world. We existed first, but were managed by your corrupt gods. Your prophet opened the way, and now we return to claim what by right should be ours.
I've heard enough of this rubbish. Let's hang it.
Destroy this vessel, and I will find another. I have tasted its desires, emotions. Your kind is weak. You have already launched this war.
Do it.
Captain!
Cut him down!
What? Are you mad? Better safe than sorry.
The spirit has fled!
This is a human now.
The captain is correct. When they awaken, they won't remember a thing.
The Ethereal was right. The war is lost. We're a resistance now, and we need every human survivor we can call to our cause. Maybe this one here can still die with some honor. If they ever wake up, send them to me. If they don't, bury him deep with the others.
And so begin our story during a red moon.
Still drawing breath, I see. You're one lucky bastard, I'll give you that. Best go speak to Captain Bourbon right away. He seems to have a plan for you now that we've spared your life.
What happened? How did I get it?
You were possessed. So we strung you up. Seems the spirit fled your body before your life ran out. I'd have left you to hang, but the captain had other plans. He sees some purpose in you, and I'm not going to argue.
Where can I find this captain then?
He's, up the road, in the courtyard. Don't make me regret cutting you down.
I'll be on my way then. What a friendly person.
You're not looking too bad for someone just come back from the brink of death. You were taken, possessed by the same creatures that have been reanimating these zombies here. Normally I'd have burned you with the rest to be safe, but we've lost too many people to the dead. I need someone expendable. Someone with nothing to lose, but a lot to gain. Right now, you're that person. Prove your worth to me, and the survivors of Devil's Crossing may just welcome you.
What is it that you want me to
The
do?
bodies of the dead are rising again in some horrible unlife. Corpses don't just get up and move around on their own. Something is reanimating our deceased with ethereal energy. We have observed the dead for some time, and they appear to be flooding Lower Crossing from the burial hill, just beyond town. I want you to go to the burial hill, find whatever is controlling these abominations, and destroy it.
Where can I find the burial
You will
hill?
need to fight your way through Lower Crossing. Once you've crossed the stream on the far side of town, there will be a beaten path leading up to Burial Hill. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I'd be asking a lot of my people to welcome you with open arms, too. Help us in our hour of need, and I will open Devil's Crossing to you.
I'll find what's reanimating those corpses. Going and starting the game. Some clothes. With even some resistance. That's a good start. Killing zombies. And eating my way. Small retreat. Now I'll just need to get my second level. What I like is that different faction monsters will attack each other in this game. Unlike the mod where they all team up for when they have no reason to. I don't know how that works with the insects and the more intelligent monsters. Changing my first attack to boost it up a little and making things a little faster. Now I just need a better weapon. To slash through. A little corpse. Francis. I'm trapped, I realize now. I will die in this house, Margaret. I fear that you are already dead, so it may be not so bad. If I am shortly to join you, if by some miracle you live and return here to find this note, please know that I am not angry with you. I've never regretted our life together, but now only regret that I lost my temper and spoke unkind words when last we parted. I hope you will not think of me as a coward for what I am about to do. They are already in the house. I have barricaded myself in this room, but it is only a matter of time before they break through. All I can do now is choose the manner in which I face death, and I would rather die a man than change into one of those horrid things, or eaten alive. I will love you always, Francis. Oh, the gun that this guy committed Epstein himself. Boom. A kappa. A little helmet to protect my nagging. That's a good idea. Nothing in this house. Scraps. Very important for breakfast. Airborne Master Lag. Autumn fogs are appearing early this year, but traffic remains unusually high. There is a steady flow of small craft coming down from Malmouth and Otter Township to the northeast. Some of these boats are barely afloat, burdened with what looks like people every possession. These travelers, sometimes entire family, bring with them strange tales of wars and the unnatural bunch of hogwash. Riling up soft townfolk can complain to keep the docks busy. Most are westbound, trying to get as far away as they can. The lads at the docks are starting to lose their nerve. Some have talked about settling out west themselves, but I've assured them that this is all nonsense and will pass. You are easily caught up in the energy of the moment. Yes. Some food. Hi there. Leveling a little. Increasing my damage a small bit. An axe. It deals a little more damage with high spike. Nothing in there to destroy. Some iron. A plank shield. No. That won't do. And I was careless. I was really careless. Eh. Now I have a lot to rerun to. Yeah. In my carelessness. For now I should stick with the gun. Well, early. A little trunk. Some graves that I can just cut down. Yeah. Careless is so bad. I should not forget that I am early game. So I shouldn't just go up ahead. Already one dead. Inquisitor Creed. Get him. Freaking eye. Honored. First my level. Then the notes. Inquisitor Creed, Entry 1. I am currently en route to the village of Burwich in order to investigate the number of strange incidents that have been reported in this area. As dusk is drawing near and the swamp of this region is said to be hazardous to travel at night, I've reluctantly taken upon lodging at a small squalid tavern at the lower crossing. Perhaps I am weary from my hurried travel, but I feel as if there is a strange pressure and electricity to the air. It is almost akin to the still before the thunderous summer gale, but yet the sunshine and not a cloud to be seen. Everything seems as it should be, but in my guts I feel that something terrible will soon come to pass. Inquisitor Creed Entry 2. As I was packing to resume my journey to Burwich, my assistance was urgently requested at a logging camp in Old Grove, west of Devil Crossing, where strange animal attacks have left 3 lumbermen listless and pale. Upon arriving, I received a somber greeting from the foreman, who informed me that the bitten workers had gone mad and fled the promise. They were reported to have spoken in an unknown tongue. The foreman showed me the remains of the animals, 2 grey fox and a hound, suffering some horrific mange. Laying hastily dug a pit behind the outhouse. The foreman told me the animals had died when confronted by the workers, and a strange green vapor emanated from their remains. Shortly afterward, the three lumbermen fell ill, and their mental state rapidly deteriorated. It appears that my presence in this region is most warranted. Alright. Getting some little insects. And mosquitoes the size of a human. Shoot. Oh, Francis, if only you knew that your gun was at least effective at killing. Such a waste. Such a waste. Although the accuracy of it is quite blatant. My. Armature. More zombies. What did you have when you died? Footpads. Doesn't change from what I have. Stay away. Stay away. Really, how many shots did I miss at close range? Unbelievable. Yeah, new level too. Yeah. Showing some stun jacks. Or some Molotov cocktails. I'll go for some cocktails. As a secondary. That won't hurt. Shoot, shoot, shoot. The source of the dead is near. Come on. I know I can shoot from there. And put these zombies down. $4,000 will be tough without a proper armor. Okay, down very slow. Really? You're gonna go downstairs. Now I only have these potions. Yeah. I'm kind of lucky. I think I should have picked this stun jack. And of course, it's not like that monster likes the bodies to summon. And it's mostly due to early level that he's done. Come on. We're almost down. And I only have so many potions left. Finally, he's down. I feel so inefficient. A little better helmet. Almost had nothing on me on that encounter. For my first luck. Ain't that great? Ain't that great? And a purified shrine. Some pants, pauldron, and a little huff end. Slightly better pants. I guess that's something to advance with. Level 6. Some greaves with 52 armor. Yes, I need to be solid. I really need it. Alright. The old dump. But now that the reanimator is dead.
The dead attacks have slowed and their numbers are thinning. I take that as a sign that you've dealt with the source?
I have killed the reanimator.
A creature was doing this? Disturbing. Thanks to your efforts, we may yet hold out here a little longer. I've sent word to the gate guard. Speak to him and he should let you in. Take some well-deserved time to rest and recover. Welcome to Devil's Crossing. I need some time to plan our strategy. In the meantime, there are others around Devil's Crossing who could use your help. Take a moment to mingle with your fellow survivors. Kasparov, our resident scientist, is really eager to speak with you. He babbled some nonsense, but I believe he wants to talk about your connection with the Ethereals. Barnabas, our handyman, said he needed help with our water pump. When you're done assisting them, speak with me in my office inside the prison.
I will speak to them. The captain said you are good to go. Don't start any trouble. As if I could. Now I just need to grab my real gear. I'm sorry to bother you, but if you're headed out toward Widmeyer, could you keep an eye out for my brother? Easy. His name is Milton Hart. He was a soldier in the Imperial Army when we fled Burwich. He volunteered to cover our escape. He always had a penchant for heroics. But it has been weeks and we have not heard of him. I dread to think that he may have become one of the dead. He always wore an amulet I gave him years ago to keep him safe. Now I fear it may be preserving him in undeath. I wish nothing but for my brother to be allowed to rest in peace. Will you do this for me? We last saw each other in the southern hollow in Wetmire, so I'm afraid he's still out there. I will do what must be done.
Safe storage. No questions.
Now into my stash. Of course, I have a set ready for when I'll reach level 20. As I'll be going Nightblade for my second class. Now what else? Ah yeah, I have some mandate to speed up the reputation game. With the many faction in the game. Other than that, I don't really have gear to pass up. Not for a long while anyway. Hi
Greetings,
there.
child. I am pleased to see that the taint of possession has left you. Should you require it, I offer spiritual guidance to the survivors. I will gladly extend this service to you.
Are you the one who stopped me when I was possessed?
My knowledge of spirits has allowed me to devise a trap with which we were able to contain you and the ethereal that controlled you. It was not until the noose was firmly around your neck that the spirit left you, though.
Why haven't you dealt with the reanimator?
I'm afraid that I am not at all fit for combat, which from my understanding was more than necessary for you to reach the reanimator's lair. I was only able to subdue the ethereal within you with the use of a trap, which would have required the reanimator to come to us, just as you have.
You mentioned spiritual
Troubled
guidance.
memories can cloud the mind and torment the spirit. With my guidance, you can move past these painful thoughts and begin anew.
Thank you. I will very much appreciate that.
Let me clear your mind of regrets.
Well, the cocktails were unimpressive. So now I'll add some explosive to my strikes. A lost note. Now I ain't a decent man, and I'm sure I ain't good at writing. But words needs to get out. What this place really is, this prison, it ain't like no joint I ever have been in. I've seen double my share, men don't stay here long neither. And some of the lads, they aren't criminals. I know the moment I see a man, I can tell in his eye that he done wrong. Those boys, I see fear. I seen this warden a couple of times, big man in black armor. If you ain't no better, you'd think he was on the wrong side of the bar. Every day, he and his lackey take prisoners out of this hut in the yard by the dozen. They ain't never come out. Later a wagon roll in, but the hut it always leaves full. They don't let us out ourselves no more. But can I tell there ain't much of us left? The odds are quiet. I'm the last man in my row. The others, their weight was taken in yesterday's batch. I ain't asking for pity. I know my ends in that hut. But perhaps this note will be the one good deed in my pathetic life. I heard you've been cleaning up there in our crossing. If you're going to keep fighting those bastards, you'll need better equipment than that. There's something you'll likely never see again in this world, stranger. Something for nothing. Take some iron coin out of your inn. I don't need it no more. Why are you helping me? You see, they killed my Annabelle back when the village was first overrun. Ain't nothing gonna bring her back, and if it tries, I'll put a bullet through its skull. I got nothing left but revenge, so I pay good in iron to those willing to put down those abominations. Take Pharos, Julius, and Negan, for instance. Used to be all good men, defenders of the Empire. Now nothing more than shambling fiends, stalking the swampland of Windmire. Slaughter them. Put them in the dirt they ought to be, and I'll give you some more iron for my stash. I'll put them down.
See anything you like?
Now removing the trash. Do you have something that would be more helpful than what I has? Hmm. 1.9 speed. Plus 35. 36. I like sports better. Now do you have an essential for sale that can block some more damage than what I have? I don't have gloves neither. Nor a belt. Yeah, I'll take that. Blocking 40 damage instead of 25.
Welcome to my workshop. I saw you fighting the dead out in Lower Crossing, and I dare say you were absolutely brilliant. Evidently, cutting you off that noose was the best decision the captain made that day. Where are my manners? I'm Kasparov, scientist and inventor. What brings you to my humble shop?
The captain said you wanted to speak with
Rift
me.
gates, yes. The ethereals use them to get around. I was working on a way to close them, but then you stumbled through ours. We have never seen a human, possessed or otherwise, pass through one before. Not a living one, anyway. It was then that I realized that we could put these portals to use. There is something about you that is attuned to the rift gates, and I intend to replicate it.
Wait, I
You
what?
don't remember anything, do you? I may have taken some liberties while you were out cold. It was just a few tests, a blood sample or two, nothing major. The results were curious. It appears that your body is still teeming with residual aether energies. Don't worry, you won't be growing any new limbs, probably. But I'm going on tangents here. I believe that with a correctly tuned pulse of aether energy, we can replicate this phenomenon in a controlled manner, as in without the need for pesky possession. I've been working on just the device to do it, but it needs power. For that, I require aether crystal fragments.
Aether crystal like this?
Excellent. These will do perfectly. I'll just place them into my device here, and... Oh my, that's not right. Not at all. That pulse, it wasn't supposed to go off. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3... Yes, my fingers are still intact. Did it reach you too? How do you feel?
I feel stronger.
Ah, very good. I'm sure a little more aether in your system won't do you the slightest harm. Okay, maybe it was a lot more. But you look fine. Fitter than ever. A real shame about the prototype, though. Showed such promise. Perhaps if I had more fragments.
I think we're done here.
Ah, we've been so preoccupied with this Riftgate business that I completely forgot about my apprentice, Darlet. I sent her out to the Burwich estates to fetch parts for our research, and she's been gone entirely too long. Seems her ineptitude carries beyond just the workstation.
You lost your apprentice?
I have to say, I do feel a little responsible for her now that she's my apprentice. Could you please go out there and find that hopeless girl?
I will keep an eye out. Interesting this.
The captain send you over? He must have done quite a service with the dead if he's got hands to spare for old Barnabas. Let's get to business, yeah? Our wind pump's broken down again and we're running low on water. We're all out of parts, so I can't fix her up. Can always melt down what weapons we have, but I'm not too fond of being devoured in my sleep. I'll need scrap from Lower Crossing.
Where can I find them?
Search the ruined houses and the old dumping grounds on the far side of Lower Crossing, past the burial hill. Smash some junk. Search the bodies of those things roaming around out there. Where you get it isn't that important to me, just that you get it soon. We're running out of drinking water. Nothing to be said about ever taking a bath again.
I'll get this crap you need.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left. See you around.
Well, I could have just bought them, but I'm poor. And since I'm poor, I'll
Safe
just
storage, no questions.
I'll just steal it from two other
Safe with
characters
me.
from my other tunes I have made. I don't want to run around.
Did you get the scrap?
Will this suffice?
Perfect. I'll get the wind pump up and running in no time. Devil's Crossing will have safe drinking water again, and it's all thanks to you. First glass is on me.
And I could
Well, good news is, I got the water pumping again. The only problem is, it smells like a sewer. Only about a tenfold worse. I haven't smelled something this rotten
Since when?
since I've cleared out a den of slith, ages ago. They're loathsome reptiles, make their homes in swamps and dank caves. They secrete a nasty poison into the water that makes it drinkable for them, but nearly always fatal to us. I bet good iron there's a nest in that cave that fuels our pump. I'm too old for all this spelunking, so I need you to go down there and kill it.
How do I go to the cave?
This key will open the cellar in the shack behind me, right by that accursed rift gate. It connects to the bowels of the prison, which should lead you to the cave. Find the Slith matriarch that's likely polluting our water supply, and the poison should clear out on its own. You do this, and all the Devil's Crossing will be honoring your name with every glass.
I'll take care of this slip. Menu level. Ooh. Then. Taking that for longevity. Let's have that little horror on me. To help me better cut. Zombies around. Burning them with the slice. Some damage blocking. Alright, come on up. The rotting soldier is tougher than the rest. Ah, I guess I was careless. Hmm. Yeah. Multiple soldiers. Two if. I didn't think I would have died this early. I'll take that shield. Some more health coming with it. Burning heads. No use, soldier. For 7 experience. Oh no, that's cheap. You ain't canarding me from upstairs. No, no, no. These rotting soldiers and these burning deaths are causing me trouble. But I will go through. Levels 8. 30. 30. Returning a little for the cocktails. Finally, some potions. That should help me out. And a crossbow. Practical for some range damage. Cutting these spiders down and burning them for safe measure. Yes, new pauldron. Alright. Dome of Scorching. Snakes. Devil's Aquifer. Catching one in case I'm getting careless. Nice little necklace. Usually I have great bad luck with them. Now the big snake is there, but I'd rather kill everything that is around before. No point in letting them alive. Kid. The early bosses. My kill power ain't that present. Yeah. But after the Ring of Terror returning basically to the vanilla game, it's quite a change of pace. He crit me. But you're almost done. You cannot get rid of my drinking addiction, monster. But what did you have for me? And to level 9. New parents? A big gun? So that I can shoot. Alright. Increasing data. Now I can return to town.
Any luck clearing out those sliths? People are starting to beg me for water. I don't know how many more times I can say it'll melt your guts before they just rush me and take it.
I've taken care of
Well
it.
done. Once I pump out the remaining poison water, the spring should be clean enough for drinking. I'll make sure to let people here know how much help you've been. They'll be grateful that they can get a drink without dissolving their intestines. One more thing. Take my rucksack. Useful for hauling back scrap or whatever else you come across. I'm too old for that stuff now.
Thank you, glad for the end. And with that, my first inventory bag.
See anything you like?
No, but I have things to get rid of. Anything new for sale? 5% attack speed. Well, nothing I can afford. 800.
Oil well spent.
Little upgrade. Nothing much. What do you have to say?
Good, you're back. I've heard good things from both Kasparov and Barnabas. You're a real asset to this community.
Thank
One
you.
of my scouts came back with news, making our next move clear. The dead are heavily concentrated in Burwich Village to the north, past the swamps of Whitemire. There must be a reason why. Perhaps the ethereal behind these attacks is there. We can't know for sure without investigating deeper.
How can I help?
You've proven yourself quite resourceful thus far. Your ability to secure rift gates for human use could be a turning point in our situation. With all the activity around Burwich, there's bound to be a rift gate. If you can capture it, that will give us a solid foothold in the area.
How do I get to Burbage?
Follow the road north through Whitemire. Though in the current state of things, you will likely have to leave the road behind well before you reach the village. Keep pressing north and you will eventually reach the outskirts of Burwich. It's surrounded by a palisade wall, so you will have to find a way inside. Once you've secured the rift gate, return to Devil's Crossing.
I'm ready. Well, as ready as my luck allows. Which is a different beast on its own. Cutting. The dump. A journeyman pack with some food ration. Faros. Get out high. Alright, now I'm alone with you. Should be easier now. Stop vomiting on me. I hate it when people barfs on me. And you were a soldier. Behave. Behave. Yeah. New armor plus 45 armor and an amulet will still be better than what I could have gotten. Is there anything on the ground in there? No, it's a pretty much an empty house. Alright. There goes the rats. Rift Towns. I will cut you down. Cut you down and burn you up. All the way across the sky. Reinforced grief. Second's little necklace. A magical cap. 34 armor and plus more offensive abilities. Now I may dual wield. I'll just need some luck of a new sword. $265 the piece. Alright. That's lots of champion for a beginning. A stack of tree champion. You're kidding, right? I'll stop up there. I just need one down to get to the other two. Now I can much more stay. The big one is down out of the stack of champions. And now with just you left, blood quarter. Ooh, the first blue. And lots of magic item. 37 wood, but more movement speed. What else? Plus 12 DPS. What else? A level 15 blade. That should give a good help when I reach that level. A bigger belt. But with bad enchantments on it. What are you doing? What am I doing with my life? And now where? And I'm getting at him. The shield will help out. Some tonic. My route to level 2. A blood seal. And my third skill. Not too bad. Level 14. My luck. Over leveled stuff. Every guard. Right now they're quite interesting. And checkpoint. Now to climb up over there. As now I can do delivery. You travel a dangerous path, stranger. This solitary refuge is one of the few safe places left in the quagmire. If you plan on to set out on the road again, perhaps there is a way that we could help one another. And what might that be? These leaves are a natural creature and poison the land itself, so it seems only fitting that we should turn some of their vile magic against them. Their shaman carry bone necklace, primitive thing, but they carry primal power within them. I can weave this power into something more potent for you. If you bring me a few of their necklace and say 100 iron, to aid us in return, I will fashion for you a magical ring. Will this necklace suffice? Ah yes, this rare power in these bones, and my death toll then will weave it to something more potent. Yet, I will have the finished ring for you shortly. Thank you. And that ring was auto-equipped. And now I can get rid of the things that I have no use for. Actually, you're more useful than the necklace I currently have. And what you have as weapons? 24,000 iron. Yeah, I certainly don't have that kind of money. But thank you for being there. At least I got rid of some unneeded stuff. Alright. A frozen heart. Alright, nothing around. Let's go down the cave. La 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 la. And then the murder comes. Level 12. Enemies in this game tends to follow your level. So at least it's much more balanced in that term. With the only exception of ultimate difficulty. But it's perfectly reasonable. Alright. Slice you a lot. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. And you all met? That's double the armor I have. Taking you in. Ouch. They're a lot tougher. That was at the last update of Grim Dawn, these shrines. They're quite the thing. They're quite violent, to say the least.
I sense turmoil within you. Safe journey.
Yeah. For now, going with that instead. The road to the level I need for these new items. Ah, will be quite harsh. Ay, ay, ay. Just come to me, soldier. Milton Hard. These Milton soldiers. My God. It's quite hard defeating a fire enemy with fire. Oh, when you heal. Freaking heal. If I leave you unattended. and a sword. Written heart's note. I'm afraid I may have to break a promise. I'm not about to give up yet, but things aren't looking good outside. I was lucky to survive that first night when I volunteered to distract the rotten walker, while Bourbon and his group, including my little sister Sybil, made their way through Devil Crossing. I believe Bourbon, if anyone can get those people through, it's him. Before they left, I looked Bourbon in the eye and told him to keep her safe. He put his arm on my shoulder and spoke in that calm, reassuring tone of his. He told me that he would do everything he can, but I had to promise him something too, that I would do my damn best to get out of this alive. Well, I've sure got myself into a fine fix. I diverted them walker alright, but now I'm all hemmed in. I've been hiding in a group of old dilapidated shack and keep changing position whatever they get too close. I can't find a way forward through, and I'm running out of daylight. The walkers seem stupid generally, but I think they dug out the riverbank last night, allowing the water to wash the road out. It's almost as though something is directing them. I'm not done yet. I have no intention of dying in this rotting shack. I'm going to try to break free and will go out fighting if I have to. If the worst comes to pass and you're finding this note on my cold corpse, well, please let my sister Sybil know what I've come to pass, and tell her to be brave. I can only hope she made it to Devil Crossing. She has. She has. She has without doubts. Now I guess I'll ignore these champions. I'm too weak at the moment to deal with multiple champions at the same time. Yeah, sure. I kinda have trouble dealing with such range attacks. Come on, Constitution. Alright, one down. Now I'm worried about the bigger one. Anything in there to help me out further? Electric. Yeah, sure. 1, 2, 3 more physical damage. That hopefully. Now there's the big guy. Eldritch. The Eldritch monster rarely come up in the game. It's usually Ithuriels. kinda low in potions. Alright. A possible shield. Getting my rations. Getting some more explosion. Oh, lots of green. Damn, I both hate and love that change. Makes me in a weird position. To be fair. So much more resistance. Gloves. Yes. And a 80 armor shield. A green belt. Vitality resist. But beyond that, doesn't give me much. But I came in this cave for this. For this shrine. Soul's Touch at level 16. Now take a forward. And cut it ready. Alright. Cut. Combat pants. Some rations there. David Meyer. And that's your matriarch. Some gloves. Isaac's Poltron. Pierce. Bigger resist. Vitality, bleeding. Pierce. Yes, you're an upgrade. But I'm also full. And I need some iron.
See anything you like?
I'll see. I'll see. I'll see and check. Sounds touch. A pet ring. That worth keeping.
See you around.
Yeah, see ya. While I'm there, you've returned. I see that you carry my brother's amulet. So it is as I feared. Unfortunately, Milton was one of the dead. This is a lot to take in. Milton, I'm sorry, brother. Thank you, stranger. At least I can live knowing my brother is free of all this misery. The amulet was enchanted to keep my brother strong. I think you could use it more than me, or may it bring you luck. Well, just for that elemental resist, and I don't lose any of regen. I will keep it, homie. It will be helpful. Alright. Now in the foggy bank. A checkpoint that I don't have to fight. That is quite bad. Common Constitution. What could it be? Now I can cut you down. Rose, which was the last one, but I believe that I skipped a tiny bit. So the last one is underneath. Yeah. 158 fire. Apprentice should have more. Someone resist. And chilies. The last one that I have to take care. Saboteur resistance, but doesn't really offer me much in the interesting effect. And now to work my way up. I reset Carnage. Alright, I got lucky. I won't have to search far. Thank goodness someone came. Those lived there attacked my caravan and killed all my guards. I think the only reason they left me alive was so that they could have me fresh later. Those bastards. I'm from Devil Crossing. I can help you get there. Don't kid yourself. Look at this blood. I'm not going to be able to walk there. Appreciate the thought, but it might be better to just end it quick. You probably won't like this, but I can open a rift for you. The last thing I want is my leg to stay on this side while the rest of me goes back. But you're not giving me any alternative, are you? Send me off then. I'm pretty sure this is safe. And it is. Now to find the cave. To get through. This cave has a shrine. A battle shrine. Too. Which ain't the main attraction I'm there for. Boots of prowess. A 15 fire resistance. That ain't bad actually. Alright, blood lantern. An axe. Alright. primordially forgotten. Oh, nice. Halfway through. Come on. Almost down there. Chaos. 14% elemental resistance. More cunning. And some boots. What the upgrade? Beastly fall top. And a cut. They won't make it. Alright, there was no devotion shrine there. You barely survived the fire. Though I'm sure there is a shrine in the Foggy Bank. And that then would be very helpful. Down it goes. Maybe on this side. Razor of Thunder. Why not? Alright, to the next zone. Additional healing. On my way to the witch. I can't build the bridge, therefore I have to pass through the flooded passage, which is always a good place to pass by and not to skip. I still prefer swinging swords. Dagger is bad. Come on. Another saw blade. That Chains of Malmouth piercing is just so good. What the trade of damage per hit? The shrines. Oh, there we go. A gem. Come on, Constitution. Kill me. No, you're darn swift. I'll give you as a swift death that I can. Oh, great inf. What about the pants? Butchers. Gildswin Flame. Doublet. Vitality and bleeding resist. It's at 25. And now the ancient chamber. Going down finally. They're almost down. Perish. What are you? An amulet with flame touch and temper. Not that great. Now into the woods. I pray one of us make it through this nightmare to deliver the report. The lives of those hiding in Devil Crossing may depend on it. As instructed, my team has braved the wilderness, suffered mire, and made it to the outskirts of Birdwich. The situation there is worse than we feared. We encounter no survivor. The arterial takeover of the region is now complete. What we found baffling, however, is the heavy concentration of enemy activity within Berwick itself. In our previous encounter with the arterials, they seemed unfocused, spread out across the wilderness in no predictable pattern. But this seems almost deliberate, as if they were swayed to keep watch over something important. I regret to report that without a larger force at our disposal, even breaching the city walls would incur heavy casualty and thin our already struggling ranks. While I understand completely that our situation is dire and we are desperate for a new source of supply and food, I cannot recommend a direct engagement with enemy force at Birdwich. It's a suicide mission. We need to be prepared for the eventuality that the enemy gathered at Birdwich will mobilize upon Devil Crossing. Should it come to that, we must be prepared to flee once more. Scout Talton.
Oh, hello, traveler.
If you find yourself going about these parts, I was wondering if you'd help us locate somewhere. I'm a bit tied up with the forger. Someone disappeared? My master Angrim left our camp earlier today. He's intent on finding a group of survivors that considers worthy of our smithing talent. We don't exactly see eye to eye on the matter of who we should be helping. Angrim wants to field an army and take the fights to the arterial. I'd rather save many as I can, whatever they can fight or not. I want to help these people, but without my master forging hammer, the sacred Malam Menir, I won't be able to make anything worth a damn. Blacksmith, we could use you in Devil Crossing. If you get the Malam back, I will gladly join you in Devil Crossing. After I use it to help out around here. Please seek out my master and get the Malam Menir back. I saw him heading to the northeast. He couldn't have gotten far. I will find Angrim. I will find him. And my little walkie. And now the goblins. Shamans. The snake clan of Gravans. A big shield. Nope. Not that star. No. And not to anchor.
Move along now, stranger.
Greetings, stranger. I hope you're out there fighting the good fight. What are you doing out there? Same as you, I suppose, seeking my purpose in our fight to save Kern. The Black Legion is out there still. They could surely use a blacksmith. Hammer for the Malam Manor. What do you know about that? Duncan needs it to help the refugee. He's a talented boy, that one. The way he weaves magical property into his craft astounds even me sometimes. I prefer a finely honed blade and a solid shield to that nonsense though. Duncan was my finest apprentice, but he still needs to learn some priorities. Those people he's trying to help can't even help themselves. Our knowledge is our gift. We cannot squander it on those refugees to fight for Cairn. It is time the hammer was passed on. It is true Duncan brings a fresh approach on the forge with his arcane weapons. He goes about his work with unrivaled energy, but he still lacks experience to make weapons for real soldier and master of the blades. I cannot have the power of Malam Manor wasted away when we are at war. I will see that his work benefits humanity. You'd put him to work, eh? You certainly do seem like capable sort. And Grim sighed. Ah, very well, Duncan. Willingly redeem Malam Manor. Take it to him and let him do his charity work. But after that, thank you. He and I will do great things. For kinda need it. Kinda need it. Yeah. Ignoring the shrine since I don't have the level to use such gear yet. Some chaos resistance there. Approaching level 15. Ah, yeah. You're back. Do you have the mana in here? I persuaded Engrim to part with it. There you go. I'm impressed. Engrim is a tough man to convince of anything, but I'm glad it did not have to come to blows. Thank you, I will do much good with this. So will you join me in Devil Crossing? Yes, of course. First I must complete my work here. Now that I have my master forging hammer, I will be able to provide these people with quality equipment. I'll see you in Devil Crossing when I'm finished, I promise. See you there. Now to sell all that stuff that I have too much.
I'll give you a good price of what I've got left.
Yes, we'll chain too much. All of these will kill. And a fire boost. Nah.
See you around.
Not to advance. And go on about my day. I have 4 points of devotions. At the moment, there ain't much I can do. But I can give myself a little edge. Resistance. I want that speed. I am too slow for my taste. Yeah, relaxing game. Champions. Yes. Power shield. A new razor. Plus 11 DPS. Sure. I will take it. I need to go forward. The cave there. I need what's in there. Devotion Shrine. That path is blocked. And now a big reanimator. Plague walkers. Oh no, I won't let you stay alive. Level 15? About time? Come here, Crystal. Yeah, these zombos. Alright, shrine. The final march. Slow resistance, item resistance. That won't hurt. Now you. I guess you didn't last long. Normal sword. Rare sword, I mean. Alright. Getting some more health back, or more chance of shearing. Oh, let's burn. Let's burn some more. Although I'll start to need to focus on one class soon to have the things of its maximum level. For an increase of an enormous increase. A little chest. Gimme, gimme, gimme. little hut. A gravel stick. Now I need to deal with them more individually. Come on, Baltros. Alright, if you go away, I'll take care of the one that didn't left me alone. And burn Agradi Tormented. Easier to pick them individually. A mutant harm for the level 18. Now about roasting Malform. Come on down. A fire harm in a shield. Alright. Grabbing these. Raptors and fins. Shorts for the throw-in. Spiders. I'm a little too north. Oh, and I just walk past him. Hi
Well,
there.
I'll be a living person.
I've been stranded up there since Burwitch fell, fortifying myself on this little patch island, cooking whatever critters get too close while waiting for the inevitable end. You're a welcome sight for sore eyes. Burwitch fell a month ago. How have you survived this long? Well, I can cook for one. I used to work in the capital and had the honor of preparing meals for a couple of noble houses. Many foreign dignitary. I'm not a fighter, but I've learned to hunt a bit when necessary. It gets me by. Scraps of bone rat aren't exactly fine dining, though. Most of all, I just keep quiet and observe. What about you? Where do you hail from? We could use a cook. This prison of yours sounds like heaven compared to my current dwelling. I bet I could do my share as well, and fight better on full stomachs. Oh, will we get all my equipment to Devil Crossing? I can open rift gate to safety. A portal? I've only ever seen one of those before, and it wasn't spitting out the good guys. I really hope you're not trying to pull one on me. There goes nothing. I'll see you in Devil Crossing. Ulgrim takes this chance simply because he can fend for himself even if it was a trap. But he's lucky it was not a trap. It was not a lie. Alright. Now to go into town on my slow feet. And the swarm begins. Flesh warp butchers. Now there's two champions. Glacier Born. I will need to buy more potions. Come on. Almost done with one. Adana, the Undying. The Undying, no? Well, there's your first death. Alright, now to turn all that in. There is a fire in my eye and blood on your cloak. Did you put those tinted men down? I didn't feel much of anything. Then you and I have something in common. After those things took my Annabelle from me, I don't feel much of anything either. Here, take your kind. You've earned it. Yeah, killed scores shambling dead, but I think I can do better. The arterial corruption created some truly monstrous mutation in the dead. I heard tell of Burwich survivor that witnessed a horrifying transformation with their own eyes. Balros and Agra, they were too. Was fine folk run the boarding house up in Burwich. That is until the Aether got them. Turned them into things you only see in nightmare. Those that cut always poke and bloated flesh and blades of bones. I cannot even imagine it. Words is, they chase the survivors as far as the Mouldering Field, to the south of Burridge. Go out there and hunt some down, then tell me of the slaughter. I'll make it worth your while. I have already dealt with them. Then tell me, what was the battle like? It was sad to see men twisted in such way. I took them out of their misery. Perhaps they didn't deserve the fate they got, but at least now there's less of them out there threatening the living. You did the right thing. Here's some iron. Thanks for saving my behind back there. Turns out, not all the rift mean bad business. I've gone ahead and set up shop. Let me know if you need anything. Thanks.
Have you found a rift gate in Burwich? What's the situation out there?
Swarming with arterial corruption, but the rift gate is secure.
Good work. While you were gone, I dug through some of the files in this office, and I think we have our target. As you are acutely aware, ethereals can possess humans and bend them to their will. I always had my suspicions, but now I have little doubt. The former warden of this prison is possessed. Well before the Grim Dawn, in fact.
How can you be
There
sure?
have been countless holes in the prison records, prisoners just disappearing, never to be seen again. The warden's personal logs paint a more complete picture. He's been transferring prisoners into a secret facility underneath his mansion in Burwich Village for years. What for, I don't know, but I'm sure it wasn't for rehabilitation. There are also several mentions of ethereals and rift gates. I need you to find this man, or whatever he has become.
Where can I find him?
Warden Krieg owned a mansion in the northern district of Burwich Village. The logs indicate that his facilities can be reached via the cellar. I'm afraid I don't have more to go on, but if we want to strike back at the ethereal power structure in the region, the warden is our prime target.
I will end the warden's life. Not bad place you got there. Many souls in need of my service. Seems I'll be plenty busy. Glad you decided to join us. Well, if it isn't my savior, I cannot thank you enough. I finally get to cook for other people again. Here, have some soup. Could use some salt, but Captain Whiskey over here insists that it's for the combat use only. Glad you've settled it. Come back anytime soon. I've got a few old story. Tell me if you have an ear to listen. Will do later, old timer. Ah, yes.
I'll give you a good price for what I've got left.
A sight can do lots of damage if properly used. And all of this stuff can go. And I am at a mere level 16. Fire, lightning, burn damage boost. 17k damage.
See you around.
I will take my luck. Also. Alright. To Burwich. And see what's up there. Or rather, I know it's not the first time I played this game. I just got out of my reflex, caca. Mystic letter belt. And barely losing energy. Don't ask me how I cut through the wall that was there. It's an inconsistency of the game. Corrupted dogs. And I forgot to buy potions. I forgot to buy potions. Oh boy. Well then, I will have to deal with it. I will have to deal with it. A shard. I almost forgot. Cultist order. The ethereal presence in Burwich grows stronger. With each passing day, we are shifting our operation beyond the city limit. There we may proceed with our plan undisturbed. Our focus now turns upon Devil Crossing, where our newest agent, Direny, has successfully sabotaged their water pump. Soon that irksome group will be forced to flee their sanctuary, and then they shall be at our mercy. Ready yourself, brother. Soon we will drink their blood. Salazar, blood of Stein. Alright. Direny, here I come for you.
I'll give you a good price for what I've got left.
Just buying a couple of potions
See you around.
while I'm returned.
What do you want?
You're looking to start problem? Best be on our way. I found a curious note in Burwich. It mentioned you by name. Oh, I wouldn't believe anything it says. It slanders. Or schemes. Explain yourself. Now I know this doesn't look good for me, but hold that weapon of yours in check a second, eh? Yes, I sabotaged the water pump, but I had my reason. You see, I was a prisoner back here when this place was still served as an actual prison. When the world went down this little, I stayed there with a few others. It was the safest place I could think of. Clearly, Bourbon thought the same. When he showed up with the rest of the survivors, things escalated quickly. I'm sure it was those who fired first, but it was them that fired the last. Those prisoners that survived were driven out and set free. Now call me a coward for all I care, but I hid when the fighting got ugly. Came out later looking like an utter refugee, and no one was the wiser. Never could forgive Bourbon for what he did to us too. I miss the part where you don't deserve to die. Alright, I'm getting to that. The cult of Stun? Not a bunch of people you want to cross, obsessed with blood and some fallen god. Or maybe just blood in general. They made me an offer. I sabotage the water pump. I get safe. Even and at their hideout. Get back at Bourbon for a new home. Two birds with one stone, as they say. Wasn't till I attended of their underground meeting that I realized I was mixing with the wrong crowd. And believe me, I've been affiliated with some pretty twisted individual before. Ran out of there, they were done with the first initiate. You don't want to know what that entails. I do have one of their keys too. The price of the mistake that I've made. Let's make a deal, eh? You don't breathe a word to Bourbon, and I give you my key along with direction to their lair. You should have plenty of stolen belonging there. Right for the taking. For the likes of you, don't try anything funny too. I keep that key well hidden. So I don't want to raise any suspicion now. We have a deal. I think I could have killed him there. But this key, with my luck, drops rarely. Adils Adil, the cultists are sizzling causing the mountain out of the way to the usual traveler. Head out to the broken bridge to the Burwich outskirt. Once they're ugly cliffside until you find a path leading to the hill. When you find a man in blood-soaked robe, beckoning the dark power, you're in the right place. The entrance to their sanctuary is past the camp, carving the mountainside. Now I won't be going there until quite a while, since they tends to be an hard place to go by. Alright. Now to go forward in Burwich. Now I want to go to the port first. That's something to do there. Why am I? Unless you do that, I don't need to move away. Some food. My damage is pretty good. Alright, this is freaking nice. Are really getting trimmy. Off you go. No boxes inside. Cafe break. I will take it. While I won't be grinding, I certainly want to do as much thing as possible. At least solve the quest and sub-quest. A puncturing razor that gives bonus to fire damage and burn damage. That's certainly good. Another fabric. Oh, a ribbon. Yes. A 3% experience boost. Fabric. I need you for later. Nothing interesting. Cards. Alcohol mustard barbecue. Another boat arrived, filled with hooded prisoners, dozen of them. As usual, a wagon was waiting for them, but from what I hear, it doesn't take him far. One of the loading boys came back from Burwich after visiting their new doctor, and he said, that the wagon stopped outside the warden mansion. The lad asked about the prisoners, and one of the elders said rehabilitation. Not sure what to make of it. There's been a dozen of these prisoners transported in many weeks. I just don't see how they can fit them all in that mansion. I don't care how big the place may be. Craig won't be keeping a prison's worth of no good thieves under his roof. Something particular is going on, and I don't settle right in my stomach. Might have sent wards up to take to the lake to Malmouth. Get one of them Inquisitor down there to look into the curiosity. Can't say I want them one of these Inquisitor poking around there. Much either too. They make a man uneasy. Making a man uneasy, huh? That's up there. A rabbit rat. Nothing in the sun side. And then cane. Cold ones. Cold ones. I will take all these things out. Shiny over there. Gotta take days on bits of. Oh god. Ah, I want to do that shrine, but there's more coming. Leave me alone, you band of Duffus undead. You're not welcome. And a fighting shrine. But not a hard one. Alright, I got my level. And now... that house is cool. Stairs. La 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 la. of they get smashed. And chest. Vestment. I can't believe somebody found me out there. I came down into this cellar looking for supply, but got cut off from the surface by the dead. I don't know what to do. Kasparov sent me. I can open a rift gate and get you to safety. You can do that. I can say that raise my confidence in you, but then again, I don't like the alternative either. Portal away. Safe journey. Scientist. Always on the wike. You're just lucky you didn't cut half. Some more cold and lightning resist. Then I will willy-nilly. I will go take the flamingo next. Warps, walking dance, burning dance, some ice wars. I want that house clean. I guess that makes me a battle maid. If to clean a place, I have to kill Warden Creechhorn. I have taken possession of my assigned vessel, the local prison warden. I appeared to him in his bedchamber and proposed the joining. I had anticipated fear and skepticism, but his humans are apparently all too ready to enter into any pact they believe will profit them. Krieg is not particularly strong-willed human, but he is persistent and constantly scratches at my consciousness. I have him under control too. Krieg's position as an incarcerator as other humans will greatly facilitate our efforts. His expensive dwelling has a massive cellar that I believe we can use to fashion an underground transit to cancel our activity in the transport of body. There is much work ahead to prepare for our glorious dawn, but I rather enjoy this physical body. It has many advantages. Journal of Inquisitor Creed, 3rd entry. Inquisitor Creed and Treachery. I finally arrived in Burwich after passing through the dismal area known as Whitmire. For years, tales of supernatural occurrences have circulated about Red Mire, and indeed the name itself make one uneasy. I had put much stock in them, but my recent experience lent some credence to old tale. Nevertheless, I have reached my destination, and it seems the warden of Devil Crossing will reside in Berwick. Somehow anticipated my arrival. A footman greeted me as soon as I entered town, and insisted I accepted Krieg's invitation to be put up at his manor. I find this very particular, but I have accepted the offer as it may be my best chance to investigate the manor itself. Going to make this entry short as I've been summoned to join Krieg for supper. The dining hall. This should prove illuminating. Inquisitor Creed, Entry 4. I've been a guest to Warden Krieg at his manor for over a week, and my suspicion that something terrible is going on there grow with each day. Every day I set out to some destination in and around Berwick to investigate yet another unusual crime or omnibus rumor. Some are easily dismissed as more mundane human crime or merely fantastic tale, as many of my investigation have come to darker conclusion. I feel there might be a pattern emerging, but I cannot yet put the pieces together. There are peripheral cases too, and the main purpose of my involvement in them is to give pretense for my prolonged stay in Berwick. Krieg himself has become the focus of my primary investigation. Despite an overwhelming conviction that Krieg is not what he appears to be, he is almost certainly involved in some sort of unnatural activity. I have found no irrefutable evidence of wrongdoing that could be used to open an official inquisition. Much of the manor itself is closed off to me. There are rooms upstairs from which Kriegs and another visitor come out and go, but I am not permitted to enter. Stranger yet, I have awoken in the night to sounds like the creaking of wagon moving along the road, but then looked out my windows down upon the village and see nothing. There are these sounds coming from. The game of cat and mouse continue as of yet. I am not certain who is the cat and who is the mouse. My, the evolution. But I have enemies to cut down. I'll take that plating with me. And now I'm in cellar. Plagued with vermin. Of course it is. And rotting soldiers. Yeah, that's what it's about. Well, at least these Walking Dead's give me some little experiments. Despite their big numbers. And the guards. Furries. Walking Deads. Tarnished cleaver. Eh. Yeah. Plus 9 in DPS. But then it doesn't have a fire boost. Edge in there. He definitely heard me, but his pathing is not fantastic. Crimson Rain. Let me give you a good cut. A fabulous haircut that your inexistent hair doesn't have. A cannon and another mace. Eh, 140 armor. Guess I will use you then. Double the armor pants and more to explosive strike. Alright, I'll use you. I need to be more solid anyway. This circle of poison. Thank you, Constitution. A guardsman hell. Alright. You're part of a set. But that additional armor will help me survive longer. Overseers. Freaking spiders. Yeah, but I'm approaching 20 sooner or later. Slowly getting there. Nope, that they didn't spawn to the direct path. Getting you down. Now the quick cut. That is nice. Treat it for one animation. am already despised. That gives me quite a break leg. Alright. Off you go. That's over there. Somewhere undead. Not sure how he bled to death, but I'll roll with it. Rats and undeads. 3,000 trade point. Oh, so I got a direct path in. Aileron stabilizer. And a mystic code. Yes, for more item resistance. And for that belt I have to reach level 20. Now I can have this amulet. Just too bad we cannot give back items. There is no fix backs. You can show it, undeads. Can shove it. Yeah, not damaged on the devotion side. The last shrine for the first act. Let me give you a good death. I wonder if I'll reach 20 by then. That will be nice before the first, possibly first time. Crystal. And now the laboratory. Alright. Inquisitor Creed, entry 5. Krieg has gotten the better of me. I am presently at his mercy, imprisoned beneath his manor. Seeing not another way to progress in my investigation, I forced my way into the locked portion of the manor and found myself in a veritable house of horror. The unusual sorcery of the lock should have been my first clue that I was dealing with something more extraordinary than some rogue occultist. My search has led me through a room filled with the rotting bodies of men and women subjected to brutal torture and horrible experimentation. Perhaps some mix of the two. Behind the manor, I found a door leading down into the earth beneath the estate, where I found myself quickly lost in an implausibly large dungeon. It wasn't long before I sensed things moving in the darkness all around me, and they quickly closed in, surrounding me as I prepared myself to fight for all I was worth. Krieg's massive form emerged from the shadow, his face expressionless. He spoke coldly, as though nothing at all was out of the ordinary, and invited me to a tour of his facility. While I had no doubt that something unpleasant was planned for me, it at least delayed my confrontation with the living horror scattering in the dark. Inquisitor Creed, entry 6. I've lingered in this dank cell for one long unsettling days and a night of terror. Krieg allowed me to witness the process by which they are preserving human bodies for what they call the glorious dawn. I have gotten glimmering of another consciousness within Krieg, which is joined with or possibly in control of him. From the way he spoke, it is clear that this is only some small part of a much greater conspiracy, and I suspect many other persons in Key's possession have been possessed by things akin to which now inhabits Krieg. I was arrogant in my initial handling of Krieg, and seriously misjudged the power and scale of the threat and were faced with. Fortunately, Krieg's own arrogance has likely led him to misjudge the resourcefulness of his prisoner. He has invited me to ascend beyond humanity by pledging myself to his cause, to join the inventory of embalming corpses. I've been left to contemplate this decision to this cell, even magically warden cannot hold the likes of me. I have no intention of being here when Krieg's returned for my answer. Well then, the Inquisitor left. Guess I'll be finishing the job.
You see anything you like?
But then there would be no game if I was not doing such. Alright. All of that goes. 15.
Iron well
20.
spent.
Now for that fabric. I'm sorry if I insulted you earlier. Your origin are just a bit startling. I heard that you braved danger beyond our crossing. I was wondering if you could help me gather some material. What do you need? You see, I was seamstress before the Grim Dawn. Nothing special, made just enough to get by. But now I see an opportunity to use my trade to make a difference around here. I would like to sew some new canopies and maybe some new clothes. If there is enough fabric left, Alex and Jane deserve better than this. If you could please gather any fabric you find, the people would be grateful. The waterfront of Burridge would be a good place to start looking. Is this enough fabric? Great, this is more than enough to clean this place up a bit. Should also have some left over to make some new clothes. Many people are wearing nothing but rags. Oh, and please take this jacket. I've been working on these for Briggs and the other guard, but I think you weren't the first one. Thank you, happy to help. Level 20. I'm teased by the level 20. Overly teased by it. Game. What are you doing to me? My. Alright. Now to go to that place. Level 19. Well, at the moment, $286. Get out. Gertrude notes, first entry. It is unclear why the Ethereal are so interested in tissue preservation. One of my colleagues has posited that they may intend to use human corpses as vessel for possession. When they bring more of their kind into our realm, wagon nodes of corpses continue to stream in that day and night. The sheer quantity of staggering, and I begin to suspect they are not merely executed criminals, as we've been told. A monster unusual. Leave me alone. Gildran notes, second entry. We entered stage 2 of our trials today, but the results were not that I had anticipated. We progressed to the point where the corpses can endure for months, possibly years, with minimal, most external deterioration. Our ethereal overseer seemed satisfied, and he or it unexpectedly placed his hand upon one of the corpses and released a spark of ethereal energy. The thing began to move as if we were alive again. It was a ghastly sight. What I have found far more trouble, though, is that these corpses are clearly not meant to serve as ethereal hosts. It has become known that they prefer living hosts. The sheer number of corpses they are hauling through air suggests a far worse realization. An army. Gildran note, final entry. This will be my last entry, as I have determined to end my life. I cannot bring myself to carry out these abominable experiments any longer. I may have already doomed humanity with my action, though I have long felt shunned by my fellows at the Academy and thought the ethereal could offer me something greater. I can no longer be part of this. I fear that if they find my body, they will use me for their experimentation, so I must be discreet. Returning as one of those things would be unbearable. The fates of dying. People dreads it. Yet it is the natural course of life. Mind you, it might be a little grimmer of an end, if you don't want your body to be desecrated. But now there's far less people that believes in religion. So things are not as simple as they are here. But there's nothing simple. Plus 41. Well, yes. I will use you. At 1,000 damage per second. I'm climbing. The last thing I need is monster behind me. I need some movement. And I really need it. 36k hit point. They're so kind to not hit me a lot. There goes the hero. Gloves. No, not good. Not for what I'm trying to build. Death explosive strikes. Make sure that some monsters becomes dead before they even come up. It has symbol trigger. Later corruption. Now I'll be taking a walk in your back. Oh, it's two champions at once. One down. Now on to the second. They're shielded. Gore Fist. Level 23. Yeah, well, I love that set. It will last quite a while too. Alright, a new sword. Plus 80 to my DPS. Things will change so fast. A Demolitionist Slicer. Shadow Strike, Stun Check, plus 7% total speed. I'll be going on. There was nothing. I was sure there was something. More than a chest anymore. Great. Some more spiders. I'll cut through it. Not too hard. Now that I am 20, I will just go get my gear.
You see anything you like?
I have lots of it. A belt with some more height resistance.
Put it to good use. Put it to good
And
use.
I won't need that axe. I'm getting a different one.
I'll keep your stash safe.
Yes, I am sure. Plus 73 DPS. And at plus 39. Double the armor. Yeah. You're quite good too. Now, what can I put into my armor? For that level? 90 health? No. Mutated skill. Some cold resist. Nah. Poison resist, yes. Anti-venom slab. Pierce and bleeding resist. Body, shoulder, chest and leg. Don't have that many to go by now. Still, that should do. That should do. Anatomy of murder. Yeah. Halfway through. Zanhan Sun. Yep. Alright, that room is clean. Now. Zabrand's note. My colleague Gertrude took his life that day. That short-sighted fool. He could never see the big picture, and this project was no different. Gertrude could not fathom the glorious vision of the Ethereals and the role we will play as early human collaborator. This isn't about personal gain. We will elevate humanity. Certainly there has been a cost in lives, but progress always has a price. So what of the dirty masses who will perish in the glorious dawn? When the Ethereal reveal themselves to the world, to the Ethereal, we are like some base primitive creature, as the slave heart to us. Those of us who will serve, or better yet, bond with the Ethereal, shall forge a new human future. I think I've already mastered something like that. From the first Fallout, I am at
I've been expecting you.
now the Warden. Yeah. He is doing down nicely. Passing through his shield has armor-piercing weapons shoot it.
But when I'm done with you, I will crush your friends at Devil's Crossing. You are strong, but now I will demonstrate my true power!
You have 69,000 health. Got a potion. Feeling your wrath? No. I will cut you down, creep. I will. Says you. Doesn't cost me nothing to not sure. There you go, Krieg. There you go. What do you have to say in death? Warden Krieg, excuse this crude form of communication, but I am far in the north. It seems as I thought are unable to reach you. In all future material correspondence, we will use our host name and common human language form. I write looking for clarification of recent perplexing report of your conduct. It is true that you have been incarcerated and tormenting human. What is the purpose for this? It would seem that your host predilection are affecting your own behavior. You must bring this under your control and cease this superfluous activity. Your role is to facilitate our laboratories and collection of corpses. Limit yourself to the parameter of this task, or you will be recalled. Apparently an Ethereal is not happy of Warden Krieg's behavior. What a terrible fate. Some new pants with more armor, but doesn't give me things I need out of that. I got a brain. The Explorer boots. Some bleeding resistance. And now that's it. Now to give the good news. A devil crossing.
I'll give you a good price for what I've got left.
Wait. 41 poison resistance. I will keep you.
See you around.
Is it finished? Is the warden dead?
I tracked him down and took his life.
The warden's defeat is a great victory for us, nay, for all of humankind. But there are many more ethereals out there, some much more powerful than Krieg. Perhaps more disturbing, though, there are those of our own kind who would see us dead to take what little we have, or just for the pleasure of killing. Among the innocent who passed through this prison on their way to Krieg's lab were many violent criminals, murderers, and worse. Many of them escaped to the northwest after the grim dawn, forming into ruthless gangs who prey upon drifters still traveling the roads. Since a river separates us and them, they have not been a problem thus far. Except we need farmers to get back to the business of growing food before we all starve to death. The farmland that supplied this region is to the northwest, and we need to secure a hold there. Mornay recently returned from Old Arkovia to the northwest and can give you details on the outlaw situation and what needs to be done. I realize that you have been through much in recent days, but we cannot rest just yet.
I will speak to him. Thanks for the timely rescue. Kaspero spent no time in putting me back to work, so here I am. For all your schematic need, just ask. You're welcome and thanks.
So you must be the kid that's causing a stir in my absence. You've done good by dispatching Krieg. I knew that man in life. I dread to think of what he had become as an ethereal.
Captain Bourbon said to speak with you about the outlaws.
Aye, an old mess has come back to finally bite us right in the ass. The river's kept them at bay for now, what with a broken bridge. It seems the bastards have garnered a taste for the one hole in the world they were once so eager to escape. I'm not going to beat around the bush. We're at war, and if we don't take the fight to them, they will surely bring it to us. I'd much rather fight on my own terms. Wouldn't you?
What's the plan for action?
Before we do anything, we'll need to get that bridge repaired. Got men ready to do the work and some scrap to get you started. Just need to provide the remaining raw materials. Once that's all finished, I need you to enter the Arkovian foothills and show those bastards we're not a prize for the taking. Last I saw of them, they were mobilizing for something big across the river. Why don't you head on over there and introduce yourself?
What happened during your expedition to the northwest? I set out with another scout, Elsa, to reconnoiter the lands of the northwest shortly after we had secured Devil Crossing. What we have found was that the wasteland overrun with predatory beasts, blood-hungry psychopaths, and refugees living in constant terror on the run. Our mission together ended when a vicious band of outlaws surprised us in the night. Elsa had argued against having fire that night, but I was sure we were having concealed. I wasn't cautious enough, and she paid the price. I thought I could protect her from anything, but when it came to it, I was felled by a bullet to the ribs before the fighting even broke. Elsa fought on like a devil, taking down 2 of the outlaws before they knocked her out. They took her with them, just left me there to die. I couldn't give up though, knowing those thugs had Elsa. I hobbled and called, trying to make my way back to Devil Crossing, but I arrived only to find that the bridge had been destroyed. I collapsed in despair and thought it was the end of me. I woke sometime later and remained of a little fishing village on the coast. A band of rovers had found me and treated my wounds. As soon as I could stand, I grabbed a dingy rowboat and made my way back to Devil Crossing. I'll be damned if I'm going to abandon Elsa to torture or worse at the ends of those killers. She's all I've got left in this world. We need an organized and offensive. Every second counts. Don't you think you are mixing personal vendetta into this? The Grimdan took my wife. Elsa is like a daughter to me, and I'm not going to let it take her too. The way I see it, Devil Crossing needs this situation resolved as soon as possible. I want those scum dead for taking Elsa. Seems our goals align, eh? Very well. Ah, revenge.
Got something you need stashed?
Some food that some people really takes a liking for. And the rest can
I'll
stay.
keep an eye on this.
No. As it is, my adventure is only starting. As Act 1 is finished, there is only one path up. And it is through this destroyed bridge. And that's where we will go next time. So thank you for passing by.